When healing trauma from a somatic perspective, we first start by building somatic awareness. So what I mean by that is we really start to attune, turn our gaze and our attention inward towards what's happening in the body, really listening to the felt sense, our feelings, our sensations, the posture that we carry when we're starting to evoke something. Right, so we're starting to really sense what's happening, what's the body speaking to us, right? And we're listening to that. And so I'm going to guide you today through a practice that I call oscillating attention. Right, so we're going to oscillate attention between two different sensations. Right, one sensation that might be a little bit more activating and arousing, and another sensation that's a little bit more settling and relaxing. All right, so I'm Michelle Rozak, and I'm your Eco-Somatic guide, and I'm here to guide you to healing trauma by reconnecting to earth and to your body. So notice I'm outside, and so just before we start, I would encourage you to, if you're not already outside and you're inside, either you can make an adjustment here, or you can bring some nature friends indoors with you. So for instance, if you already have a plant in the house, bring a plant close by, bring a candle, bring a rock or something of nature to kind of be with you as you're in this practice, right? So we're inviting nature and the regulatory aspects of nature into this practice, right? So this is really important, partly because nature, is already activates that ventral vagal nerve, right? So this kind of social engagement system, it supports nervous system regulation, right? So let me tell you first a little bit about why oscillating attention is an important practice in building somatic awareness. So when we first start to kind of our healing journey, right, we're just starting to kind of orient towards something other than what maybe feels activating, something other than what feels arousing and triggers, right? So we're not just focusing on all the things that feel painful, or our constriction, or our tightness, or all the symptoms and all the things that we're noticing that's going wrong with the system, or just bringing dysregulation, right? And we're starting to build more pathways to what allows the system to feel supported, to feel regulated, to feel held, to feel relaxed, right? So this practice is really about building this counter vortex, is what it's called. So in Somatic Experiencing, through the work of Peter Levine, he calls these two things, right? Trauma vortex, so this thing that's kind of arousing and activating, and usually what we're really quite familiar with, right? So this is kind of the trauma vortex, right? And then we start to move little by little over to this counter vortex. So the counter vortex is essentially, sensations, feelings, right, memories, things that really allow us to feel something other than the activation, right? So more relaxed, more settled, regulated, right? So we move, and I call this oscillating attention because it's like a wave, right? So we're moving from one to another. In Peter Levine's work, he calls this pendulation. So we're pendulating between the trauma vortex over to the counter vortex, right? And we rest there in the counter vortex for a little while, and then we come over here and we sense the trauma vortex for a brief little bit, right? And then we just go back and forth just like that. So this is building somatic awareness, right? To being with different sensations, right? And as we're with these different sensations, we're supporting the nervous system towards stabilization, right? We're building that resilience in the nervous system to oscillate between one and the other and back again and again, right? So this really works the nervous system to create that more stabilization, but also to build that resilience. So let's begin this practice. So I'm going to guide you through. And to begin, I want you to choose something that's slightly activating. So you're going to choose something, maybe there's a felt sense of constriction, or maybe there's just a little tinge of frustration or agitation, right? So I want you to just choose something very small, right? Not to choose something really big and, very activating, something you're really holding, just something small, very slight, very little. All right, and then you're going to also focus on something that allows you to feel relaxed. So let's begin. Go ahead and find a comfortable posture, comfortable sitting posture. And just take a few deep breaths. Let's just take a few deep breaths together, breathing in and exhaling out. Breathing in exhaling out. And first, just begin to find a place that feels most calm right now. A place where you feel quiet, relaxed, maybe warm and soft. Or maybe it's a place where you just feel very little activation. So you're just noticing a place that feels most quiet, relaxed, calm. And bring your attention there. Bring your full attention there. Just notice that. Notice that place. Breathe into that place. And resting there for a few moments. Really rest there in that place of calm. Maybe an image comes to you. Maybe it's a sensation. Maybe it's a feeling. Just allow something to come to you that feels calming, relaxing, quiet, maybe warm, soft, and just rest there. Just rest there for a few moments. And just notice what happens as you rest there. Breathing into that space. Letting go. Allowing something that feels relaxed, calm, quiet. And then when you're ready, I want you to begin to bring your attention and awareness towards something that feels slightly activating. And I want you to just peek over there. Just peek over at the something that feels slightly activated. And just take a few moments to just notice. Just notice it. Take a peek. And then come back to your quiet place. Come back to your quiet place. Come back to your calm, relaxed place. And notice what it's like to come back. Take a deep breath into that place once again, resting there. Just resting there. And then again, taking a peek over at the something that feels activating. So go ahead and notice, bring your attention over to that something once again, and just notice it. Just notice it. Notice the felt sense of it. And just be there for a few moments. And then come back to your quiet, relaxed place, your warm place, the place that brings you calm. And so coming back, notice the journey back, coming back to that place, bringing your full attention and resting in that place of relaxation once again. And taking a breath there. And one more time, go ahead and bring your attention towards the something that feels slightly activating. And once again, just noticing it. Just noticing. Noticing the felt sense. Noticing what happens as you're with the something that's slightly activating. And here again, you're just taking a peek. You're just bringing your attention there for just a moment. And then begin to make your journey back towards the something that feels relaxed, calm, quiet, warm, whether it be that feeling or that sensation or that image, just coming back to that place, resting there once again, taking a breath in and resting. So just giving yourself lots of time and space to just be in this place of relaxation for a little longer, taking nice deep breaths, just noticing, letting go, softening the muscles, soften the jaw, and feel the sit bones. And go ahead and take a nice deep breath all the way in. Exhaling out. Go ahead and do one more. Go ahead and let out a sigh with me. So inhaling and exhaling out. Go ahead and begin to start to open the eyes. Looking around. Good, and then coming back to our shared space when you're ready. So this is oscillating attention. So notice how we moved from the slight activation, right? We spent just a little bit of time there, not a lot, just a little bit of time, and continue to really nurture that place of relaxation. Right. So it might have been difficult at first, and that's okay. You really want to just keep practicing the something that feels relaxing, right? Naturally, the trauma vortex really wants to pull us in, right? Over and over and over. Or the mind wants us to take us out of sensation. So this is a practice. At first, it might be really difficult. For some, it might have been really easy, right? So you just want to continue to really practice that felt sense of building the somatic awareness on the inside, finding that place of relaxation, and then just peeking over at that trauma vortex so that you can really build the counter vortex, right? And the more that we oscillate between the two, so it's really not about focusing so much attention on this or this, but notice during the guided meditation, I had you notice the journey back, right? So it's really about the space between these two, right? So the space between the drama vortex, right, moving over to the counter vortex, and it's in this space right here that healing starts to happen. So I hope you liked this video, and much more will come. I will be offering more somatic awareness practices, and thanks for tuning in.